Hello and welcome. My name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today. And thank you for joining me for our first in this week's stamp set of the week, Yuletide Village. This is a stamp set that has no sentiments, so it's focused only around this beautiful artwork. So ideal stamp set if you want to do colouring in. So I have, as usual, stamped out my stamps onto my piece of paper, so I've got the idea of what I wanted. So we've got a church, you've got 3 houses, you've got some lights, some snow, a wall, a tiny Christmas tree, a tiny tree, and then a Christmas tree here. And because it is just pictures rather than pictures and sentiments, I'm also going to use Peaceful Seasons for the sentiments for this week's cards. Okay, so let me show you the card. There we go. So what I've done is it's a card base with a piece of DSP which is behind, then some more cardstock, and then the focal point. So let's bring in the supplies for the one we're going to create now. So we have, as usual, a 8 by 5 3/4. This is in pumpkin pie. We will score it at the 4-inch mark in a moment. I have a piece of white cardstock which measures 3 3/4 by 5.5. I also have a piece of designer series paper which measures exactly the same, which is 3 3/4 by 5.5. If you don't recognize it, it's this one here that's in the catalogue with all these gorgeous penguins, but for this card I'm going to use this side of the DSP. I've also got a piece of gorgeous grape. Now this is a size I don't normally use. It's 3 1/4 by 5 inches, so it's going to sit there, but it will give us a nice little peek through of the designer series paper underneath. And then I have a 3 by 4 3/4 as the focal piece to use. So let's put these aside and we'll focus on this one. I'm using gorgeous grape and I'm using the early espresso. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to put my lights on, which is in the gorgeous grape. As I say, it is a perfect stamp set for colouring in, sitting in front of the television and doing a bit of colouring in once you've stamped out a few of the pictures that you want. So there is the lights, and then I've got the houses. So there's 2 houses in this particular one. So let's tap that. And as I say, that is in the early espresso. Let's pop that down here. And then with my sentiment that's going to go on to the left, I'm having wishing you and yours, and then the sentiment inside. So let's put that, wishing you and yours. And still, while we've got the ink out, let's take our other piece of paper. Here it is. And we can put the sentiment in the middle. And again, I'm going to use the gorgeous grape. So this says, a season of wonder and happiness. Put that down. There we are. Perfect. Okay, so then the thing to do now is to spend your time colouring in. The colours I'm using for this particular picture, I'm using the dark and the light lemon lolly. So one house is going to have the light lemon lolly for their lights in the window, and one house is going to have the dark. I have got, I have the dark pumpkin pie, which I'm going to use for the doors. I have got the gorgeous grape, which I'm going to use on the bow. And then I've got the dark and the light on the grey granite, which I'm going to use on the house. To save time, as usual, I have already coloured them in. But I want to introduce this beautiful little pen, which is called a Wink of Stella. It's a paintbrush, and it has the most wonderful glittery liquid in it, perfect when you're doing snow. So I'm just going to dab a bit on my snowman, which is down here. Then I'm going to follow the line of the snow by the house and paint that. Then I'm going to paint the snow that's on the rooftops. What you do is, if you want to get more out, you just press here, the liquid comes down here and then out on the top. And then I've got some on the roof here. Now I'm hoping a little bit on that chimney and a tiny bit on that chimney up there. I'm hoping that when I lift this up, you're going to actually see the wonder of the Wink of Stella. A bit of snow on the right, let's see if I can show you. It's a bit, oh, that's so disappointing. It's got the most wonderful shimmer and it's just not coming through. How disappointing. You will see me use it later on in the week, and I know it will come through then. Right, you can just about see it there. You can see the white and but there is this wonderful sparkle. And what you do is you literally, if I move this out of the way, as I say, you press that and it comes down here, and then it's this beautiful stuff here. Now obviously I don't want it all like that on my picture, so if you wanted to, you could enhance your picture by just painting it onto your snow area, and this would glitter and sparkle to its heart's content. I'm going to add a bit more and just see if when I bring it up to the camera if you can actually see it. As I say, it's such a shame that on this occasion we can't actually see it. It's a very cold, crisp day here, but there's no real bright sunshine so that it can show you the or if I can do it that way, can you see? Ah, look, if I do it that way, you can just see where the Wink of Stella has worked its wonders. Now obviously in the camera it doesn't give you the stunningness of this Wink of Stella, but trust me when I say it is beautiful and it glistens wonderfully. Okay, enough of my excitement over the Wink of Stella. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mount that onto my gorgeous grape, and I'm going to use my stamp and seal. So I'm sure that's dry, so I can just literally run that over there. Okay, and then that goes onto there, like so. So it is a very quick card, especially if you've got quite a few to do. Okay, so I'm going to fold my pumpkin pie in half. For those that want to score, you'll be scoring at the 4-inch mark, and then burnish with your bone folder. I'm then going to stick my designer series paper down. Again, I'm going to use my stamp and seal. There we go. And then my trees can go down. I'm just going to burnish that. Now, the brown one I've done here, I stuck it flat totally. But if you wanted to, which I'm going to do on this one, I'm actually going to raise it and I'm going to use my dimensionals. I'm going to pop that over. And those of you that are a little bit more focused on the sizes, you will notice that the card with the church on, the outline is a lot larger. So I literally have gone down 1/4 of an inch with everything on this particular one. So the designer series paper is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. Then the piece of early espresso is 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. And then the white cardstock is 3 1/4 by 5. Okay, so all we need to do now is add our season of wonder and happiness inside the card. Again, using the stamp and seal. So Wednesday's card will be a little bit more in depth and with a little bit more detail. But for a Monday, this is our quick and easy card to create. I'm just going to put that there. I didn't want to put any the Winker Stella underneath. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. I hope you like that card. It seemed to go quite quickly. So as you can see, it is a card of wonder. So that's the one we've just created, and that's the original. As I say, I am back on Wednesday, and I shall also be back on Friday. So do join me if you can. It would be lovely to catch up with you. But whatever you do for the rest of your time, take care and lots of love. Bye.